Guys, today we're going to talk about um, the workflow, custom coded action workflow. So that we are doing API integration using the HubSpot custom coded actions. So for us to we did talk about the part one was about going overview, going to the workflow, and then check just the overview of the workflow inside HubSpot with custom coded actions. For this one here, part two is about the diagram, just to understand how HubSpot works with different kind of objects. So now in HubSpot, what we have, so this is our workflow. So we have, when you're doing your integration, so you're gonna need to understand different kind of object that HubSpot have. So what we have here, so you're gonna put the HubSpot and then workflow. So we have HubSpot have different kind of objects. So we have the built-in object, and after that we have the custom object. So the built-in object, the first the built-in object. So we have things like contacts. Okay, do it like this. Okay, so we have contact. And then we have so we have contact. We have company. We have deals. Just you can see contact, company, deals. So when we're talking about those, what is the object? So the object is, think of it like HubSpot is a big database, and then in that database we have different database table. So that's why we call it in a HubSpot object. So it's kind of like a database table. So we have contact, company, deals. We have product. I'm going to just give you some overview because there is a lot of objects. So we have product, contact, company, deals, and products. Those are the stuff that you're going to use most of the time. But there are a lot. So this we're going to just talk, and after that, we're going to jump straight to custom object. So custom objects is where you can build your own database table. So HubSpot is giving you the way of building your own database table. So those are the built-in custom objects. Those are built-in objects, and then this is the custom object that you can use. You can build your own table as well, and then you can name it the way that you want. Okay, so we're gonna put there. So here we have our workflow. So I'm gonna show you some other table here. So if you go to settings, after settings, you go to properties. Objects is where you see all the built-in objects. So those are the built-in objects we have there. And then properties, those are the stuff, there's field that you're gonna start to use. And then you can see each object or each database table has their own fields. So in HubSpot, we're calling the fields properties. So other system, they're gonna call it, they just call it like fields. So here we call it properties in HubSpot. Okay, so those are the items that you're gonna start to be working on while you're doing your integration with the other system. So we have it like that. And then imagine now we have the other system. So at the other side, let's say this is the third party system. Okay, here is web HubSpot. Let's say here is HubSpot. CRM database table, objects. So those are the items that you have there. Okay, so and then there's HubSpot, and then here we have the third-party system. Let's say, for instance, PubDrive. So you're gonna be syncing the stuff from PubDrive into HubSpot CRM using the workflow custom coded action. And then here in PubDrive, them also they do have their own object and something like that. So let's say, for instance, so they're gonna have like different objects. They can have contacts, they can have whatever they can have there. So it's just kind of like an example. So then you're gonna have to mirror the same thing that you have there. Also, yeah, they might have some custom objects. Some of the system they do have, some of the system they don't have, but they're gonna just have something similar. So we're gonna call it, for instance, let's just say we have contact, we have the other side company, for instance, but they're gonna call it maybe different things. They can call it accounts and stuff like that. So here we're gonna say table one, database table one, DB, table A, DB table B, and then we have table C. So here it can be anything. So because of this is a third party system, put the third party. Okay. So for example, like PubDrive. So that's the way that you're gonna start to now move the stuff up from here to there. So you do your HubSpot workflow sync with custom coded action. Custom coded action. With custom coded action. Yeah. So now the reason why we are gonna have we have workflow like that. Like this. Okay. So we're going to bring this one back. Yeah. So what we have, we have this one here. So all those information, they're going to go to the other side. Yeah. So you have all your we're gonna start to do now all your transactions. So you're moving data from here and to the other side and doing those stuff like back and forth. And then the other stuff we have what we're going to have things like notification. So notification, and the notification that you're going to have, those notifications that are going to the clients or internal team. So that is the function of workflow. So the API integration that we're doing is getting data, moving data from both sides. So the role that is doing is changing. We have notification. Okay, we said notification. We're gonna say property change, property, value changes, creation, and add it. Yeah. And then that is the role of what workflow is going to start to do those action. And then we have notification. So we have notification sending to customers and internal team. So that is the function of the integration that's going to start to do. So it's changing property value creation and update, and then after that, notification sending to customers and internal team. And after that, yeah, we're property value creation and also update. So all those things here, so those action, they're going to help they let me just gonna put here. So all those action, they're going to, why are we doing this? Is because of, it's going to help because of, we have a lot of team in HubSpot when you're using HubSpot. So there is a lot of department when you're using HubSpot for the internal team. Later, for instance, this one is going to help people that they do marketing, because of inside HubSpot we have marketing hub, sales hub, customer support, and stuff like that. So this workflow where he's changing property value and creation updates and notification to customer and internal team, those actions is going to help the marketing team to do whatever they want to do with certain reports and yeah, drafting certain reports, and then yeah, so we're gonna have them like that. So we have marketing, we have sales, and then we have yeah, marketing, sales. Here we have customer support. So people that they're handling the customer support. So yeah, that is the way that is going to help those people. And at the same time, those information as well, while you're building a portal, a membership portal in HubSpot, membership portal. So it's going to help your customer now, those information here. Let's say, for instance, you're getting data from a third party, and those information get saved into the CRM. And then after that, those informations is going to have to go as well to the membership portal so that the user can get those data as well. So yeah, so that's, it helps them like that. Membership portal there, and then we have the same thing. We have something called CRM card. So we have the CRM card, and then we have the UI extension. Those are kind of like custom CRM card. So what is the CRM card? Is absolutely is giving you a way of getting certain data and displaying it in within the contacts or within the showing it so it's gonna be like show you yeah. So CRM card, what you're gonna do is in each of those database table. So once you go to one of the contact, for instance, so HubSpot is giving you the opportunity of selecting certain properties that you want to show while you are opening this database table. So later, for instance, here we have more or less 100 properties, and then you can get like fewer properties that you want to display to show. And custom the UI extensions can also help us to get data. Later, for instance, there is certain data that they do not appear in the CRM here, but you want to get those information, to not save them, but to see them, to visualize them directly into the contact. So you can use a UI extension card that HubSpot also does provide. So yeah, so which means that yeah, so when you do those integrations like that, it can also kind of help. But that one here, for that, we're using another technology. So this the workflow is going to help us to do the savings of data and properties and stuff like that. For the CRM, for the UI extension card, that you use CRM development tools that you're gonna upload it from using the serverless functions to upload those data, those scripts, so that you can be able to use the UI extension and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the those are the items that you're gonna just to make it to simplify it. So you're gonna go to the each of your third party system, I mean your third party system, and then to see which item is gonna map to which object here. Some of the system they're gonna call contact differently. They can call contacts, or they can call it leads. They can call it letter, for instance, like people. Yeah, they can call it different way, but you're gonna know how to map it. Yeah, some of the third party they can call company, organization. They can call it accounts. You must just know that which one is gonna map here. And then you have deals, you have products. There is a lot of things there. You have, for instance, like invoice or payment or stuff. Yeah, so there is a lot of things that's happen. You can have like invoice. Yeah. So you're gonna see how you're gonna map all those information back and forth. Yeah. So this is the way that the stuff works, and then those are the custom objects, contact companies. I mean the built-in CRM objects: contact, company, lead, deal, ticket, product, code, invoice, activity, campaign, list, blah blah. And then after we have custom objects, and those are the properties that you're gonna start to use. And we have different type of property that you're gonna have to choose. For instance, like just group test, and then we have different field type that's gonna have to always be aware of when you're doing your transferring data. So we have text input, and then we have those other properties here. Okay, so this can like a basic overview of understanding how Absolute does structure their own database table. So here they're calling it a CRM object. So other side, the other system, we're gonna call them just a database table. So I just mix it up so that you can understand that while you're doing those integrations. So in our next video is where we're gonna start now developing inside HubSpot workflow custom coded actions. Thank you so much for watching this. If you like this video, you can just click a thumbs up. Thanks.